Hello everybody, eVill never sleeps. And today I'll be playing the Typhoon, because I am convinced the Typhoon is broken at 2.7 in arcade anyway. I think it's 3.0 in realistic. It is not the easiest plane to play, because you need to stick to one style. You need to not get gravitated into the turn fights. But if you need to turn fight, it is still possible. As long as you are not up-tiered, you are going to be the fastest plane in the game, with maybe the exception of the Heinkel. The only problem is that it's a bit squishy in the front, so you want to avoid taking head-ons. I still have not learned that, but over the course of me spading the Typhoon in this video, I'm going to fix that. And in addition to the Typhoon, I'll be spading the two Spitfires. The Spitfire Mark 1 and Mark 2, I think. They are both at 2.7, I think the Mark 1 is a bit better though. It's a bit weird though, because the Mark 2 is just the vehicle you get after the Mark 1. So I'm not sure why it is after when it's so much worse. Or not so much worse, but worse. But yeah, I mean, not the best start here, I need to admit. Although the way that I crashed in this one is a bit weird, because my tail looks completely fine. I'm not sure what happened to it. A little bit of a bug maybe. And again it was a Key 44 that did me in. Feels like those are very strong planes. Luckily this I-153 has turned his cheeks all towards my guns, and I can blast right into him. The lag 3 is lagging, as my old joke used to go when I was playing this game in like 2015 when I was a kid. Like every time I would lag when playing the lag, I would say it's because of the plane, and it's because it didn't have antennas that were long enough. Which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Now, why was I playing this game when I had unstable 200 ping, 15 FPS with minimum settings, and a laptop mouse that I could barely use to aim? I don't know, but I'm sure my opponents were rather delighted to have me as their enemy. And damn, getting hit by that is a bit unlucky. That was not the easiest shot by him, and I was just a little bit too slow. I think with the Spitfire fully upgraded that I would have been able to dodge. The Viewfighter Mark 9 is this. I think it's a Mark 9. It's a flying boat. Like when you're diving you lock up and you cannot turn. Basically the only way you can get things done is by stealing kills. And like being a vulture and saving your teammates maybe. So hard. I'm not a big fan of this plane, I think you should avoid it. Although, well, I haven't tried it in ground yet. Maybe it's really good in ground. And well, it does have a lot of ammo, so it could be functional for some situations. I'll hold out my opinion. And I almost got the kill on the Spitfire there who flew in front of my guns. Definitely not the ideal way to play the game. Kind of tells you that they're a new player. Hurricane Mark 4 again. I'm about to replace it pretty soon. For now it's still here, but unfortunately it's just not able to keep up with 2.7 planes very well. Still the firepower is nice. Just that it's hard to hit your enemies. I think the Focke-Wulf is honestly a target I can get my guns on, but it's one of the only ones. Because it needs to be said, this plane is a bit awkward. It's meant for attacking ground or maybe a bomber, if you're lucky. I should have been able to hit that though. That was a very easy shot. I know that I'm going to have the Sea Ferries or something like that, and also the Tempest soon, so I'll be taking those out as well to experience the attacker aircraft with really freaking big guns. I cannot believe I didn't hit him there. He's been kinda annoying. I think I should lower my throttle honestly to get a bit more behind him there. was a bit of a mistake by me. I still haven't learned how to play those situations the best. But fortunately he did just stop and let me rip him open. And sorry for the delay for the video, it was supposed to come out yesterday. I did say that I don't sleep, but I did need to sleep 7 hours last night because I had to go to work. And it took a bit longer than I was expected, so yeah. So it is what it is. Can't get anything getting in front of my War Thunder grind, can it? Okay, I again messed up with my aiming on my enemy there. Need to get definitely used more to the view. But just an assist there, unfortunately. How have you guys been doing? You know, did you check out my previous videos? That was embarrassing, dying like that. This match was kind of embarrassing, in general. I had many very silly deaths. Not as silly as the first recording, but still. Definitely needs to have some work done on it. The Lag 3 is pretty open, but unfortunately this is a completely unupgraded Sunderland, so it's a bit harder to aim, because my turn rate is absolutely horrible right now. After it gets upgraded, it's going to get easier. I'm probably going to use this in the next videos just to vary up some things. Going to show my ground gameplay. I played with the British tanks and then with the German tanks. After the last video I've decided I probably want to main Germany. Because they have many tanks in the low tiers and I quite like their planes. I'm a big fan of especially their DOS 17, the first one they get. It's disgustingly OP. I don't think it has any business being that powerful while being that low tier. It has very heavy armor, it's almost invulnerable to the fighter aircraft at its tier. Okay, I didn't die, or get the kill on the Spitfire, unfortunately. It was pretty close. But hey, that's the first match done. And I did get first place, even though I did have many deaths. But I guess that's the power of having many planes there, and as you can see I'm spading everything except the Hurricane Mark IV. So I'm in my lowest energy state, you could say. I don't have much momentum with those fully spaded planes being OP. The Viewfighter especially definitely struggling with it. But hey, it is what it is. Get the compressor and into the next game, shall we? And of course starting with the Typhoon, because it is the focus of this video. And well, I just think it's broken, I just want to make it work. But the problem with something that needs an extremely high amount of speed to be effective is that, well, you need to first spade it to get the engine upgraded. It's not like a dogfighter that's immediately OP, because you are lacking in engine thrust quite a bit at the start. And actually with this plane, you actually start running into the problem of your crew or your pilot not being able to handle the overload by the Gs, because this is turning almost like a jet, almost. Not really, but this could easily be a 5.0 plane if you're just looking at the speed and turn rate. Although the flaps don't work, I don't know what they did to this plane, but you just cannot turn on the flaps. Maybe because it was just too broken with them. You can only use them when you're landing, which makes them kind of useless, to be honest. Not to hate on them, I'm sure they can be okay in some situations. And I'm definitely returning to my glory here, because this is a very good game here. Everyone is going for my team, and I am the person with the best aim, so I get all of the kills compared to my teammates who just keep on missing somehow. Even though I missed my approach there and there's like 10 friendlies aiming at him, I think I'm going to get the kill. Because the low level players, they just have such bad aim. And combined with the low caliber guns, oh, I didn't get that one actually. But combined with the low caliber guns and bad aim, they take forever to kill these guys. And That means it's very easy to get good kill games in these fireballs if you know what you're doing. Or not, you don't even need to know, you just need to have better aim than your allies. Which I think I do, especially with my setup here. I am supporting my mouse hand with a pillow to make sure it's okay. I don't have a gaming chair, but hopefully I will get that soon. I just need to save up a little bit to buy it. Then I'm going to be chilling. And I took another misadvised head-on there. But fortunately this time I managed to go 1-for-1 and after killing quite a few people, so we take it. I'm about to reach critical mass with this plane, I just need the engine upgrades. I'm going to be deadly, I swear. You're going to see some insane games later on after I get this spaded. And I've noticed something already with reaching the rank 2. It's that grinding for the next plane, it takes the entire video. It's like 10 games to get a new plane. Almost. So you get accustomed to these planes pretty fast. Like, you really do need to spend time with them. You need to become their friend, their rival, sometimes their enemy if they really suck. Fortunately with these British fighters, you are their ally because these are some delicious planes. I don't know why more people don't use the Typhoon. Maybe it's just because it's harder to use, you cannot take those brainless head-ons as often, because you do get caught on fire too easily. But oh my god, it is broken. Like especially, like you face a person that knows how to use their energy advantage and they just dive onto you and they fly away like this. Imagine I was using the Typhoon here, I would have 200 kilometers more of speed right now because it's so damn fast. And the acceleration is really good for a 2.7 plane. Like you're fighting lawnmowers with a supercar, a racing car. It's the Heinkel 100D1, but with just a 1.0 BR increase. Which, to be honest, it's kind of fair, because at 1.7 the Heinkel 100D1 you're abusing noobs, you're abusing the biplanes. So with this one, or with the Typhoon, not this one, you get to have a more fair match, even if you're a bit of a higher level player. Of course the players are still new, but at least for me they are more challenging. But you know, that's naturally just a skill issue on my part, because I'm not that much of a elite player, not a veteran really. Nice kill. Hey, that Spitfire did not see me coming. I-153 is a very scary plane. I probably want to attack him first, because if I get into the furball and lose my speed, even though I'm a Spitfire, I might end up losing to him. But the BF-109 looks like a very free kill here. I get a critical damage, or a severe damage, excuse me, on him. And I don't know if I should even dodge here. I should just go for the I-153 immediately. Don't be such a pussy. Could have gotten 2 kills there, because all of them were following that guy like a pack of lambs. I would call them wolves, but this is more lamb behavior. Just like coming together all at once. Apes together strong. Miss him there, because he suddenly stopped turning. But the big 3 fortunately here completely free. He's going up without thinking, I don't know what he's doing. MiG 315 already quite outperformed. He's at the same battle rating as me, and he literally just relies on his speed, engine power. Even though, you know, he's just a worse version of me. But I did mess up there and lost my propeller, so now time for 1-for-1. And I actually avoid him there. So unfortunately I don't get the kill. I think it would have been better almost to fly into him there, just to get the kill. John Bon Jovi got the kill on me. I like that name. There I had 7 kills with the Spitfire and like 4 kills with the Typhoon, so this is an extremely good game already. It's going to look very nice with those stat cards at the end, and also the modifications research. I'm gonna get quite a few from that. This Blenheim is not able to dogfight me, obviously. he's going to die eventually. I just need to take out his gunner quick enough. Unfortunately I couldn't do it there, but he didn't also, fortunately, kill me. SB2M is the same story. SB2M relies on its speed quite a bit to avoid getting intercepted. It's quite annoying to fight these things before you get higher power planes, but because they have almost no armor, they are target practice for you. I'm not sure if my ally just flew into him there or not, but I hope not. Because I'm going to need him in a moment, because there's a Galeras F3, F2 behind me. And unfortunately I am not able to dogfight with that plane. I might be OP, but I'm not that OP, especially without upgrades. So I do want to fly away from him. I make some mistakes here, but you're going to see in a moment. I kind of lose him, like I have no idea where he is, so he gets some surprise attacks on me, and I could have easily just died there if he aimed better. I had no business living, I didn't deserve to survive. And again I lost him because he flew above me suddenly for some reason. So, you know, it's just flying circles around me, he's, you know, embarrassing me here. Here again, I could have easily died. Almost flew into the ground too, had to reverse my turn. Not very ideal. And I'm just hoping that my ally would get his shit together and actually attack him, but no. I did survive though, and 2 deaths, 10 air targets destroyed. Amazing game there. Keep it up. 2000 research points as well. That is going to come a long way. All 3 of these planes got an upgrade. First the Spitfire Mark A, the first one I got out of this. It's almost spaded, so already a very strong plane. But the Typhoon really is the main attraction here. Plus 7.2 km per hour and plus 8.6 km per hour. And reduced turner time as well. Extremely nice. Excuse me. I just finished having some tea because I was nearly losing my voice. After yesterday I got a bit sick. And because I'm such a big fan of the Typhoon, I had some angry eyes on it. I don't know if that's the most aesthetic spot, but then of course the Finnish flag on the other side just to show my pride. When there's a plane that I do well with, I always put the Finnish flag. And side note, from the front, this plane is fucking majestic. Look at that beautiful propeller. It is actually very big, which is I imagine why I keep on getting burst into flames like this. Definitely a plane that does not like taking head-ons. Just take note. Do not take head-ons. Absolutely avoid them, they are your worst enemy. And I'm not sure what happened here, because the AA shot me down. I've never really had that happen to me before, I was extremely unfortunate. But I guess that's kind of what happens when you fly a very fast plane and you kind of dive into the enemy team. I got to them before they got away from their airfield. JU-87, he's going for my base. I think he already actually went for it. He's lagging quite a bit as well. But unfortunately for him, his lag is not going to save him. It's just that making videos when you fight a person that's lagging is a bit not fun because you see them doing that randomly. It's very weird. The Hawk 3. This is the guy I was going after before. He's actually flying away from me. I think he's trying to get the airfield to take me down again. Although I'm not quite sure. I don't know what he's doing at all. He's just, you know. He's just going to die if he does that. You are never going to win. You are staying in front of me professionally. I would really need to fuck up to not kill you there. Go for the dive. Actually reach 750 kilometers here. Can I reach 800? Not quite. Very fast nonetheless, and the Spitfire is sexy because it doesn't freeze up basically at all. It does a little bit, but not much. And the MiG-315 is just completely outclassed. I put him on fire there. I imagine I'm going to get the kill on him if he does not put out the fire. Although I'm not seeing any extra damage, so he probably did put out the fire. The Warhawk, he's ignoring me to his detriment, because I might have tracer rounds, I might have not very strong rounds, but I'm going to kill him nonetheless if he does nothing. Because I do have very good burst. I don't, you know, even though the individual bullets don't do much, I am firing like 8 and Warthog amounts of them into the enemy there. So they are going to take him down, it just takes some time. Side note with these planes, the British planes, the reload is very short in arcade, extremely nice to have. Even without the spaded crew, that's actually, the reload rate in arcade is very broken with the spaded crew. In realistic it doesn't really help you that much, does it? But in arcade it's very good. So I get 2800 machine gun ammo and the reload is 13 seconds, so you really do not need to hold your aim back at all. If you have a shot you need to take it because you have infinite ammo. Literally. And you don't need to wait to get it back either. Which, I mean, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that in arcade. It would be a bit annoying if you constantly had to go and re-ammo yourself. It definitely would need to be more conservative with your trigger. But I think it would make it more exciting. At least maybe if you made the ammo last twice as long, for example, and only 10 run out, but when it runs out you wouldn't get it back and you would need to go to the airfield. That would be pretty fun. A Dot 217. He's a very dangerous plane head-on, but unfortunately for him he is a flying boat as well. All of these heavy fighters or interceptors or ground attack planes, they are pretty much fodder for you in these planes in Air Arcade. Now the balance of power does shift a bit when you go into the realistic or the ground versions, but for now, you know, I get to relax and completely dominate them really. Don't stand a chance. So, if you're a new player, generally you do want to go for the fighter planes and preferably the ones with the lowest turn time possible, or alternatively a good mix of low turn time and a very high firepower. Because that makes killing your enemies easier even though you don't have the best aim, because even if you miss your passes, it's no problem because you can follow them like this. So a Spitfire is a very noob friendly plane, just as the Hurricane is as well. And I guess I got another kill there. The A-36, excuse me, is going to demonstrate my point very well here, because he's playing with a plane that you need to be careful with. And I am playing with a plane where you can ooga booga, turn into your enemy and point and click them almost. Unfortunately I did get a BF-109 on my tail that I thought would not be able to follow my loop, but the BF-109 is also a fighter plane, very good plane. A very respectable plane at least. So he's able to take me down before I managed to get my like 8th kill of the game or something crazy. BF fighter, take it out. This plane might be a bit helpless otherwise, but I am doing base defense here and I'm fighting against an IL 1944 model, IL-2, IL-8 actually. This plane, at the start of my previous intro, it was actually the final part of the match that got corrupted. So I had just the final part, which was fortunately the most funny part of the entire recording, with the IL-8 tanking my shots and then flying away with one wing, and the match ending and me getting the kill by a technicality, but not really. You know, that was really ridiculous. But yeah, I was able to fortunately take him down there. Like, even though I have 6 kilograms of firepower with this plane, it took me like 100 hits to defeat him. The IL-8 is definitely some Stalinium material, right? For sure. Right there. And there I looked into my cockpit a little bit. It's interesting that they modeled the flying stick there. I don't know what it's called in English, excuse me. But very interesting, very high quality. Goes to show that War Thunder is an elite simulator game. By the way, I have never tried the simulator mode. I hear it's pretty hard to play. So I've been avoiding it for now. You know, I already don't like how slow the realistic game mode is with the lower rank planes, so I imagine the realistic is going to be similar. Unfortunately, I couldn't take down those pillboxes there. I'm surprised honestly that I can't. But that's probably where the armored targets belt comes in. With that I definitely could take these down. The Panzers as well. Panzer 3. Well, it's very durable. Definitely I'm going to keep this in mind that the 20mm is gonna have trouble defeating me. And to be a 109 again swoops in to take me down. Might be even the same guy that killed me previously. If you want to go back and check, you can. Give me that sweet audience retention. IR2 definitely not my finest moment flying in a head-on to him, but unfortunately he didn't even explode with me exploding onto his wing, so that's kinda bullshit. Just happens sometimes. But I mean, I'm not saying I should be credited for accidentally flying into him, but still. He kind of rammed into me as much as I rammed into him. I would at least like to have some damage caused by my plane flying into his hull. And here you see a bit of a illustration of the struggles of the Hurricane Mark IV against the SB2M. He's almost as fast as me, and when I finish climbing after him it's going to take me like 3 minutes to catch up. So he could easily take down 3 bases if he was in the right direction, if he was flying in the right direction there. I tried to hit him, but he's going quite far away from me. Managed to actually get a hit on him there, and fortunately I don't steal the kill from my ally, who did deserve it, but I did deserve it as well because I was following him. Excuse me, following him for quite some time. And this match is actually a bit of a clincher. You can see the tickets are very close, and I am playing base defense right now. I want to stop them from getting to my base at all costs. This Yak 4, he definitely has bombs. He knows what he's trying to do. He's trying to win the game. We do not want him to win the game. I'm going to absolutely do my best to stop that from happening. And I get the kill too, which is a nice bonus. Again, with my aim allowing me to get these kill secures, let's say it like that. And the match is not over. It's very close to over, granted. There's no ground targets left. The only thing that can win the game for the enemy team is with these bombers getting to our one singular base there. We need to stop that from happening at all costs. Oh my god, I'm hungry. I don't know. I'm just having trouble eating enough, I guess. I don't know what's happening with that. Maybe it's the stress. Oh, it's an IL-8 as well. Now you know that he's going to win the game. Look at him go. He's even so fast. I mean, he's not that fast, I'm just really slow. Let's be real. Let's be fair to him. But he's not going to be going down to me unless I hit a miracle shot here. Like, look at how low our base is. Look at how close he is to it. This might be over. The B-34, he's not going to be able to do it. I think the IL-8 just bombed and dropped his bombs right there. He's trying to escape and survive the match. Okay. I got severe damage with my cannon, I think, but because it's an IL-8, he did not go down. I am an IL-8 salesman. This plane is broken. Look at that. He just ate all of those rounds. I didn't even get a hit because he didn't even feel it like that. Do I think it's fair? No. But do you want to abuse the Stalinum if you want? Yes. He didn't even get the death from me flying right into him. And I am going to get the severe credit there. Severe, yeah. And final blow, but the game didn't. Looks like someone did get our base. But I have 3000 score. So, best game of the recording so far. The Typhoon is going to be reaching its critical mass even more. Did I get an upgrade? No, unfortunately not, because I did die too fast. Because of taking the head on like an idiot. But 12 deaths, or 12 kills there. 7 assists. Or was that ground targets? I'm not sure. Anyway, Biofighter upgrade, much needed. Please give it to me. that helps. The offensive 20 melee is very nice. Spitfire Mark 1 now upgraded. And let's see, what do I have the best stats with? The Hurricane Mark 4 is leading. It's going to be dropping in its KD, unfortunately though, because I'm up-tiering it quite a bit. And it got up-tiered almost like two battle ratings above its own level. It was fighting some planes that were 4.0 and I was still getting some decent games with it. So I'm a Hurricane Mark 4 salesman. You can use it to learn to aim with these big guns. It's kind of like practice for realistic mode, really. Because you need to avoid spamming your ammo even in arcade because the reload time is so long. So you get to get better at aiming them in there before you go into realistic and you need to lose 10 minutes if you miss and fly back to base. We'll get them next time, guys. And looks like I'm taking another head-on like an idiot. I definitely need to stop taking them. But fortunately this time the enemy did not hit my engine. I survive. I am not on fire. And the Hurricane, do you know what the Hurricane is good at? Turning. Do you know what the Hurricane is not good at? Flying in a straight line. It's very fucking slow. Get the BF-109 on fire on the drive-by, and the Hurricane is already basically out of his effective range. He has 7.7mm guns, he's not going to be doing damage at 1 kilometer range. And I'm flying away from him at 600 meters, so you know that those bullets are barely even flying into me. I'm almost outflying the bullets. I don't know what their exact projectile speed is, but it's almost as low as my plane's own speed is. I wonder if it's actually possible for the bullets to not do damage in this game. I want to try that maybe later on. Would be interesting with the jets to see if the jets can actually like get taken down by flying into the bullets that are flying away from them but so much slower than they are. Nice kill secure on the Hurricane that tried to follow me, and I did just basically prove that the Hurricane Mark 1 late is purely inferior to my beautiful Typhoon. My adored, beautiful, adorable Typhoon. The Gladiator is here to cap the point. I'm definitely going to kill him if I do decide on that. But I decide to take the head-on with the P400 because otherwise I am dead. Definitely not the best idea. I'm getting just really lucky with these head-ons. So yeah, I just need to not take head-ons. That's my #1 learning objective, I guess. Don't take them. There's no point. You're just 50-50ing it. When you are playing a better plane, you need to take advantage of it. The Spitfire Mark 1A is the better plane of the Spitfire, so I want to take it out first. You know, bully my opponents. HC-112AO, I believe that is the 20mm cannon variant. His 20mm cannon is not going to be useful because he has a lawnmower, and I have a slightly better lawnmower. This is not exactly a very powerful engine, but it's better than his is. The P-39G, he took me down. Don't take head-ons. Head-ons are your worst enemy. But at least I did get the severe damage on him, so I'm going to be getting the kill. Eventually. There we go. Eye for eye. Damn, my stomach's making noise. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the video even. I'm that hungry. Just, I don't know. I need to manage my eating better. I need to eat more. There's the J-22, I believe that is a Swedish. I believe that is not the most maneuverable plane. There's also an I-153 there into my corner and a P-40 above me. I'm definitely going into a furball that I'm not going to win here unless I take these guys out very fast. Fortunately, the F3, F2 next to me is a more appetizing target, and I managed to take this guy out very fast. That improves my situation a lot. The MiG-315BK is without his team he's just going to die to me. He cannot do anything. The P-40, avoid the head-on. make a little loop-de-loop and right into the ground. Professional. I don't usually make those mistakes, but in this case I definitely thought I was higher up. The healers made me make a critical error. B400. He just killed me in the head-on with the viewfighter. Yes, that is a plane you need to take the head-ons on. That's where you're actually supposed to do that. It's not an actual skill issue if you do that, don't be afraid. At least I get a kill. Unfortunately I do not get the points for the viewfighter, which really needs to be upgraded. So that's a bit of a struggle again. The bee shooter there is... it's just a bee shooter, he's going down. I managed to land the 40mm on him. He's flying a wooden plane. He's getting hit with a tank cannon, so he dies. The Ki-44, a very scary plane. Oh, by the way, this is another plane you want to take head-ons with, because you have frontal armor and you have very strong calibers. And not the greatest turn rate, so you need to make use of your moments as best you can. Typhoon out again. I want to grind this thing up for this video. I don't want to leave it half cooked, so another match with it. The B239, I know that is a Finnish buffalo. It is the best buffalo in the game. It's just slightly upgraded, which makes me very proud as Finland, because we have the American plane, but it's better. Ha ha ha. Apparently those things did really a ton of work against the Soviets in the war. And that was a beautiful, beautiful play by me. Very accurate play. The Gladiator I'm not too afraid of taking the head on, because it is a Gladiator. Almost flew into his brackets there, but I did manage to not die from that. So yeah. With the biplanes you do want to abuse them. Don't be afraid, they don't have any plans basically. Except the Italians and then the Soviets. Those things are a bit scary. And the J8 as well. 3 kills with the Typhoon. Not bad. I'm getting closer to my critical mass. Soon those Sakines flying behind me trying to hit me, they would not be able to catch me. And just the Sunderland here at the end, it's my last plane. That was a fun game. I enjoyed narrating it too. As you can see, I was in pretty good mood today. Just saying, good job team, good job everyone. Love you guys. So, spreading positivity, like my description implies. I'm not toxic at all in these games. I might make fun of those people who make stupid mistakes or try to flame me, or like in the previous video at the start, abuse the game mechanics that aren't supposed to be in the game. But otherwise I'm a nice guy. And if you want to do some duos with me, I would not be against it. Especially if you are looking to grind Britain, because it would be nice to have like a double squad of whatever, like a Typhoon or Sea Hurricane, just role-playing IRL tactics. It would be fun, guys. So hit me up if you want. After that game I feel like checking out my stats, and where is it? Where is the Typhoon? Where's the Sunderland? As you can see, I've been playing some boats, the S-38, both Germans. I did also take out the HE-51 for the boats as well. And here's the Typhoon. 15 air targets and 12 deaths. Not a very proud stat record, I must say. Definitely want to improve that. I'm not doing very well with this, but that was some foreshadowing. With this plane, the SB2M103 is target practice, because the problems I mentioned hunting those bombers with the Typhoon or with the Hurricane, they are fixed with the Typhoon. You are way more fast enough, you climb sufficiently, you're able to turn enough, and you have enough firepower to basically melt them. Especially with the tracers, because those cause fires when they land on things that do not have armor. And don't have extinguishers as well. Good damage. I have some people after me, but I have reached critical mass with this plane, so I will be outrunning them. The Fokker Wolf is a basically inferior version of the Typhoon, and the BB-1 it's an attack aircraft, it's not going to be touching me, let's be real. SB-2M, I've now moved up to 600 kilometers per hour. Whatever he hopes to do, he is not going to be successful. And yeah, he died. Focke-Wulf is after me. He is scary, he does have some firepower, and he's a pretty good boomer zoomer in general. Definitely not the best, definitely nothing like to write home about, but something that will do in a pinch. So I'm going to just dive away from him for a moment because I see this PP1 completely free. For a second I thought I killed him because I got the aircraft destroyed, my brain needed to process for a moment, but no, it was just the SP2M103. Now the PP1 also dropped. I think I took out his wing or something and he fell. The MiG-109 or the MiG-15, MiG-315, complete target practice. IL-2, fortunately also very easy target. In this dogfight I'm in a very good position. That leaves their fighter here alone to 1v1 me, and the Focke-Wulf, this is actually a matchup I know from playing the Focke-Wulf before, because I played the I was a big fan of them before, and the Focke-Wulf is actually outturned by the Typhoon. The Typhoon is able to beat it in a turn fight. It's one of the only fighters you can do this with. So don't be afraid of engaging this thing in a turn battle if you have the opportunity. I think you keep your speed better and you turn a little bit faster. So yeah, the Focke-Wulf signed his death warrant the moment he tried to fight me and missed me at the start. Even though the Focke-Wulf was a 3.7 or a 4.0 plane. So yeah, this plane is a monster if you get into the right positions and against the right opponents. Just don't get into turn fights with zeros and you're going to be fine. And I think that's actually the reason why this plane is only at 2.7 in Air Arcade and 3.0 in Realistic, because this is a strong plane. There I was again trying to catch the SP2M and I did stall out, but because my engine is so powerful I can immediately recover and fly after him again. He does not have hope. If I was playing with the SP2M I would definitely be more accurate with the guns and I would be using them in general right now. But you know, these bomber pilots in the lower ranks, they rely a lot on the AI gunner and their aim is honestly dog shit. So I don't know. The bomber players really, I understand the bombers are very squishy, but the people who complain about the AI gunners not doing their job for them and killing the enemy fighter automatically, like, are you serious? Do you want to play this game or do you want the game to play you? Do you think it's fun to play realistic, fly for 20 minutes and then the AI gunner of the AI fucking plane, because it's a fucking bot, kills you? Okay. Anyway, that got a bit angry for no reason. I should focus more on the fact that I just got 7 kills without dying on the Typhoon. So that immediately doubles my KD with this plane. Or not doubles, but puts it to like 1.8 to 1 death, which is very good, instead of the previous one, which was quite bad. I'm not going to get the Tempest Mark IV yet. I'm going to leave that for the next video, because the jump from 2.7 to 3.3 is going to make my Typhoon and Spitfires get up tiered, and I want to enjoy the fact that they are spaded for at least a moment. So because of that, well, the Typhoon, I mean, I just got it spaded. I'm not going to up tier it immediately. I need to enjoy it. Actually, the fire prevention I imagine is going to be quite valuable, and upgrade the G tolerance and stamina with this plane is important. Yeah, I'm just going to take out the Typhoon and the Spitfires for a next one, and I'm going to make a new preset here. I'm going to call it something like next level or something similar to that, and it's going to be my next lineup moving into the tier 3 planes or the higher tier 2s. Because the British tier 2 is actually pretty full, but there's a big jump from 2.7 to 3.3. Like, I want to keep my enemies as these MiG-3s. And actually here I'm doing a bit of a unusual tactic for my own in arcade. I actually am going to use some energy fighting, because I do have these planes now spaded and I can really contest the skies. Take out the guy above me with the energy advantage. The MiG-3 I already almost killed, so he's not going to be fully effective. And as you might know, the MiG-3 315 is dogshit. I can easily out-dogfight it. Again, one of the only planes I can do it with. So maybe the MiG-3 really needs to be down tier. I don't know what they were thinking moving into 2.7. Anyway. Oh, by the way, I knew the Focke-Wulf. The change they made to it was actually just for the game. Oh, but... Oh, wait a second. The MiG-3 is actually outplaying me, because it looks like he knows what his only advantage is. He's diving away, and he's spinning, because he knows that my radar kind of locks up at high speeds and his doesn't. So that's the only advantage his plane has over mine. He's outplaying me, respect to him. And he actually got me killed after just one kill for me. So that's MiG-3. Great gameplay by him, I'm really proud of him actually. And the IL-2 comes to try and finish me off with the rockets, but yeah, the La-5 got the kill. Good gameplay by them, I respect it. Got outplayed. Just need to keep in mind next time your radar freezes, don't try to dive after those boom and zoom planes that are able to turn sideways a bit better than you in those high speeds. But okay, the Spitfire, just like the Typhoon, is still a very respectable plane in this gameplay style at 2.7. I'm a bit up tier in this game, because there's the P-38, which is I think a 3.0 and a 2.7 actually, so it's not an up tier. But the F4U1, that is definitely like a 3.0 plane. There's no shot it's 2.7, because it's so good. He's actually a very dangerous enemy for me, so being able to defeat him like this is very good. I think he tried to energy trap me a little bit, but little does he know the Spitfire is disgustingly broken. You're not going to energy trap me after I have spaded it. Yeah, the Spitfire is basically good at everything at 2.7. Goes to show why the Great British really love it and why I love it too. The P-38, he is a twin engine fighter, he's not going to be doing jack shit to me. One turn he's immediately outturned, he's slower than me, he dives slower than me. The only thing he has on me is the guns and maybe some durability, that's, you know, durability is not going to save you if you're not doing any damage to your opponent, buddy. Ju-88 is a free kill basically. I just need to not fly directly into his guns. Don't worry, I'm definitely not going to... Wait, I could have easily died there. I am going to fly straight into his guns, but he misses. Which is lucky. But yeah, I am now the ruler of the skies. Everyone who or climbed up at the start of the match is now dead. So my team can rejoice because I am keeping the skies clear. The Ju-88A, he's already very critted. I don't think it's even worth to follow after him, because I do have the energy advantage on the entire enemy team. And notice how I'm not camping their fucking spawn, like a complete fucking bitch. Like, that is no fun at all. I can actually energy trap the MiG-3 because he is coming after me and it is a MiG-3. So I am going to do just that. I do the little spiraling dodges, and now the spiral of doom. I can hear the sound of the majestic rockets whizzing right past me, and again you see how dogshit the MiG-3 is. IL-2 there who fired the rockets just at me. I am going to be able to defeat him eventually, and also excuse me with my voice. It is because I am sick. These voice cracks when I'm speaking. The A-35B, I have no idea what kind of plane that is, or what country even owns this plane. I assume it's like France, or maybe it is China, but anyway, he's dead, so it doesn't matter anymore. The I-16 is also energy trapped very easy for me to target here. Unfortunately, I do not get the kill on him and miss my flyby, but it was very close. The I-153 is a very dangerous plane. I want to take him out here, because I have the energy advantage. He doesn't know I'm here. And unfortunately, I didn't notice that I was out of bullets here, so it is what it is. My guns are recharging in a few seconds, and because of that I'm going to avoid the head-on and prepare for the plane fight with the IL-2. And little did I know, IL-2 is completely broken. Did you see his turn? He is out-turning a Spitfire. What the actual fuck? It's unfair. Why is this plane like this? It's actual Soviet bias. Compare the IL-2 to its counterpart, the Ju-87 in this game. The Ju-87 is so much worse, it's funny. I mean, of course the Ju-87 is also a bit lower battle rating, but still. Like, I don't think in real life these two planes were that different in terms of their compatibility. It's just that the Russian bias. I'm not sure though. Like, if you know more about these, the history of these planes and their effectiveness, do tell me. Because I'm sure the Soviets did have some respectable planes too. Like the SV2M-103. It's very fast, but unfortunately I am now over the critical mass of it being OP. And I noticed the enemy team in this game is literally just the Soviets and the Americans mixed up. I guess there's some French as well. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they have the Chinese. I never know if there's the Chinese in the enemy team or not, because they have copy and paste vehicles. The Hurricane Mark 1 late, actually it's 1.7. I think in the previous video I made the mistake of calling it 2.3, but it is 2.7. Believe it or not, even though it is so outclassed by the Spitfires at the same battle rating. Leo 251 late. I still don't know what this plane is. Looks like this is actually a different model. This looks like a heavy fighter, but he's dead. That's just kind of fair, like, he's not going to be able to handle the dogfight for that long. The P400, I panic. I realized again I was going for the head-on without having guns or ammo. I do have guns, do not worry. I just do not have ammo for them in that moment. The F2A3, he is able to out-dogfight me, so I basically just need to buy time for my team. If I pitch up like this, he's going to pitch up after me most likely. And because I am not that far ahead of him, I'm actually going to be kind of safe, but he is going to be right directly in front of my teammates' guns. IL-8, he had a very easy shot there. I was very worried he would kill me. But he did go for my team, and he's actually very open to me right now. It's just that I'm very low on energy, so it's a bit hard. I honestly should have just continued after the IL-8. I think it would have been a kill. But hey, I got the kill on the I-16 instead. It's a squishier target, so more likely to die, I guess. And I think at this rate, my engine is dead. I'm already very low speed, close to the airfield, close to the ground, surrounded by enemy, and yeah, I'm not surviving that. But 5 air targets destroyed again. I had some amazing games with the Typhoons and the Spitfires, so I hope that emphasizes how good those planes are. And don't be afraid to try them out. It takes just a few games to get them, and then you can enjoy being OP. Unlike the Viewfighter here, which admittedly I misplayed here quite a bit in this pass. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I just feel like target practice for the Ki-44. There's nothing I can do, save from like boom and zooming him by surprise and killing him like that. He's going to be finishing me off here, excuse me. So I need to take the head-ons. Yeah, I'm dead. This plane is severely not as good as the other planes that I have. Maybe even to torture myself I need to make a video on it, particularly at this point, because getting the new planes is getting a bit slower. I think the thing that I'm going to be starting to do is editing together these games, like maybe 3 games where I'm using the Typhoon, I'm going to edit that into one video. Maybe 3 videos where I'm using the Spitfire, I'm going to edit into one video, etc. But do tell me if you think that's a good idea or not, I haven't decided yet. For now I'm just sticking to the gaming sessions. And well, this gaming session, a lot of good games. Again, 3400 points, almost equal RP, and almost all of those planes were non-spaded. Everything except the Hurricane and the Spitfire, so that means I do get a lot of research points. And that is the end for the video. I hope you enjoyed the Typhoon domination, and please make sure to check out my other videos in this series and subscribe. Bye bye everyone, have a nice day.